We are talking Detroit Lions news. We're going to talk about Lions and Saints. Who right now is the favorite to win that game? The playoff picture as it stands after Sunday and Thursday's games. J.J. Watt on Amon-Ra St. Brown and NFC North standings. Let's get this thing started. The road to 50,000 starts today. So if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. Would love to get to 50,000 subscribers this week. It would be a monumental task after being on this bad boy for 5 years. Subscribe to the channel. The Lions are big favorites on Sunday. Well, not big favorites, but they are favorites by 3.5 points. New Orleans Saints. Total over and under is 44.5. Underdog obviously is the Saints at 3.5. This is a game that the Detroit Lions, in my opinion, is a must-win game. They have to go to New Orleans and get this win. You got the pressure with the Minnesota Vikings. You got the bad game that we just faced with the Green Bay Packers. The Lions need a rebound in a big way. And the New Orleans Saints, they just lost on Sunday versus the Atlanta Falcons. And look, it's going to be a tough game for Detroit. Now, if you just looked at the stats and you looked at everything, and it's, yeah, the Detroit Lions should immediately win that game, right? But you're going to New Orleans. The New Orleans Saints are good at home. They're definitely better at home. It's a loud environment. The Lions struggle so far, in recent memory in New Orleans, and they want to win the game too. So it's going to be a tough game, in my opinion, for the Detroit Lions to go down there. But look, they are favored. The Lions, they got to do a rebound after that miserable loss on Thursday. So I got a question for you. Who wins the game on Sunday? Put L for Lions or S for Saints. Let me know in the comments below. Quick injury update here. Jonah Jackson, I expect him to be back in this game, back to playing on Sunday. I do expect it. I think he'll be good to go, and it's really important for the Detroit Lions to have Jonah Jackson back in there. It makes the offensive line much stronger. We've seen Sorsdale. It was a fail. Awashika didn't do a good job. We need Jared Goff to be protected in a big way, and when he gets flustered, obviously he's not the good Jared Goff, right? He's fumbling it or turning the football over via an interception. He's getting worried, and clearly the offense has struggled without the protection. He opens up the holes we need to run the football in this game. New Orleans just gave up about 220 yards rushing to the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. The Lions must run the football, and that will help Jared Goff out in a big way when you can run the football. And it would give the Lions what they need, the ability to run and play action, and then you can get a rebound in a big way. So Jonah Jackson coming back will be huge. Hopefully he will be back. I expect him to be back. I do want to talk about today's sponsor today. That's Factor Meals, the #1 ready-to-eat delivery kit in America that can help you fill up on breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. This is chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. The holidays are here, and if you are too busy to plan out and cook meals like a lot of us are, and you want to eat well, then you need to get Factor. Factor will do that. You'll be ready to skip the trip to the grocery store. You don't need to worry about the preparation for chopping, cleaning up, throwing scraps away, and waiting in the oven for hours. Factor is fresh and never frozen meals. They're ready in just minutes because of their professional chefs already prepared for meals for you. Place in the microwave, take a couple of minutes, and you are good to go. If you're someone who travels in, on, and go for work, they have grain bowls, salad toppers, microwave meals you can have as well. Smoothies, so even if you don't have an access to a microwave, Factor is going to have you covered. Get started today. FactorMeals.com/LionsChat50. That's FactorMeals.com/LionsChat50. Code LionsChat. That will get you 50% off this holiday season. Take advantage of the limited time offer. Delicious meals, healthy, and you don't have to spend all the time cooking it yourself. FactorMeals.com/LionsChat50. Use code LionsChat50. Look, if the Detroit Lions are full strength on Sunday, it should be a massive boost for the Detroit Lions. It's getting Jonah Jackson back because New Orleans Saints got a ton of injuries as well. They are. And Chris Olave, their #1 wide receiver, actually went down with a concussion yesterday, and he would have to clear protocol. But they're dealing with a lot of injuries over there. The Lions must take advantage. Now, the Green Bay Packers were injured a lot on Thursday, right? They're injured, and we didn't take advantage, and we lost this game, and we got out physical. The Detroit Lions, look, they got to win. And having Jonah Jackson back, having full strength, you should be able to compete in this game. And look, I actually like the fact that the Lions are on the road. We need to be able to feel like we are the underdog for a change. This idea that we're the favorites, I'm not a big fan of that now. I want this team to feel like they're the underdogs and maybe going to New Orleans, to their dome there. They'll feel like they're the underdog, and they'll put up a more of a fight than we've seen versus the Green Bay Packers. That's what we want to see. We want to see them fight. So again, question for you. Will the Lions beat the Saints? Y for yes if you think they will. Do you think they beat the Saints? It should be the Saints, not the Packers. Put N for no in the comments below. J.J. Watt, topic of the conversation here. Now what you think here. He spoke on Amon-Ra St. Brown and about the fine that St. Brown just had, that $43,000 fine. He says, here we go again. General rule of thumb, if you have to watch the video multiple times to try figuring out which person did something wrong and you still can't figure it out, we probably shouldn't be taking $43,709 from somebody. This is stealing money. J.J. Watt did not like the fine that St. Brown received versus the Bears. He was very vocal about it. He was very upset about it. And as a player who has the ability to actually say something without worrying about repercussions, first off, he's not playing in the NFL anymore, and he's highly respected, and he is somewhat of an announcer now, right? I'm going to get when he talks about football and football games. So I'm happy that he's standing up and saying something because he's not afraid. He's not afraid of repercussions. Oh, you can't say that. He don't care. He's got a lot of money. He is well respected, and he could care less. And I think the NFL gets a little bit ridiculous on here. St. Brown, that's a $43,000 fine? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I do think it's kind of stealing there. But St. Brown said on his Twitter, you only took 5% of my income. Oh, well. St. Brown's not going to worry about it. He don't care. And I also want to talk about the referees. You know, we always dock the players from they screw up. I got to say, I was watching that Chargers game, and they completely dropped the ball in that game. Completely hitting out of bounds. The player, no call. And then they call on the lineman protecting Justin Herbert after what the Baltimore Ravens did to him. That's ridiculous. The NFL referees is the one that should be getting fines, in my opinion. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking here. Let's talk about the NFC North really quick. The Lions right now are still heading the NFC North. We're 8-3. If the Vikings lose, that's a big deal for the Detroit Lions. We need them to lose. We need the Bears to win tonight. Go Bears, bear down. So the Lions will still have a 2-game lead. Green Bay Packers, they moved up 5-6. They're actually getting closer to that wild card spot. And that's interesting because we're going to talk about it in a second. That final wild card spot is really starting to open up. Unlike it was before because of the weekend. And then the Chicago Bears are at 3-8. We need them to win in a big way. Bear down, go Bears. Any Bear love in here, put that in the chat because we need them for sure. Philadelphia Eagles, they won again. They're going to be the number 1 seed. I feel like that's pretty much out of reach right now for the Detroit Lions. I'm not even thinking about it. San Francisco 49ers are sitting at 8-3 at the number 2 seed. Same with the Detroit Lions. These can flip-flop, but I do feel like San Francisco probably has the edge there at that number 2 seed. Lions are sitting at the 3 seed. I think this is logically now where they're at. I think number 2, they can get the number 2, but they're not going to fall to the 4 seed. Atlanta Falcons 1. They're sitting at 5-6. That division is booty cheeks. Dallas Cowboys 8-3. They're definitely making the playoffs as a wild card. They're a very good football team. That's a team I don't want to face the first time in the wild card race. That will be the Dallas Cowboys will probably be facing the NFC South in the playoffs. So whoever wins the South is probably going to get bumped out quick. The Vikings are sitting at the 6th seed at 6-5. Right now, that would be what the Detroit Lions would be facing. And then the Seattle Seahawks at 6-5, but they lost, I think, 3 straight. And there's teams they're fighting for that number. I mean, you literally got the Rams, they won. Obviously, the Packers, they won. So that 7th seed could change up here soon to see who gets it. So, man, well, it's up in the air right now. So that's how the NFC is playing out. And again, tonight we got a big game, and we gotta worry about the Chicago Bears. We got to worry about how they can win. Can they win? We need them to win for this playoff picture. And it sucks that you have to worry about what other teams do. You want to be able to control your own destiny. But right now, when you lose that game to the Green Bay Packers, this is the net result where you got to be looking for other people to help the Lions out. And the Lions still have a great chance to make the playoffs at 8 wins here. I think it's at 99% chance to make the playoffs, but it's no gimme. The 7th seed is a 6-win team that's just 2 wins away. So if the Lions are to go on a losing streak, you don't know, right? But the Lions just got to win. They got to win on Sunday. They got to turn it around. If it's the team that showed up the first, 3/4 so far of the games this year, the Lions will win. If they show up the last 2 games that we've played, we're going to lose this game. So it's built on this offensive line. This offensive line, and Jonah Jackson, he needs to be in there. This offensive line needs to get it done. The Lions they're going to have, 10 days rest since the last time they played, so that's really going to help the Lions out too. I think, playing 3 games in 11 days doesn't help. It really doesn't. I think the Lions, they're exhausted. They're exhausted, and sometimes it just happens, but they need to go out there and win. Other teams are exhausted as well, so you can't just blame this on excuses. So, my opinion, they got to go out there and do it, and they got to get it done on Sunday. No more excuses. I don't want to see crazy play calls by Ben Johnson. I don't want to see ridiculous backing off by Aaron Glenn, and I don't want to see going dumb calls from Dan Campbell. So everybody get their stuff right for Sunday, win the game, and then we will feel much better. Folks, we're dropping videos every single day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video. With that said, folks, adios.